Well, this is going to be phase one of pulling out the pump, hopefully, or attempting to, and seeing what's causing the issue with the sand, as well as pump no longer pulling water up. Was pulling water, no longer. We'll find out. First things first, we gotta remove power from it and disconnect before we can attempt to start pulling the wellhead. Alright, so we disconnected the solar panels from there just to eliminate any chance of any power, since that's the only source we have. It's always good to document where your terminals are terminated at, and or your wiring terminated on your terminals, just to get a good reference, and before you disconnect. So we're just going to disconnect the load side going down this SO cord through that conduit, and that runs down to the pump. I forgot to mention, we'll also be disconnecting the well sensor as well here at this terminal, and that's to make sure that you're not running your pump when the well is dry. Alright, here at the wellhead, I've uncovered the pull box here. I'm going to pull the wire back from the controller back up through here, and then try to disconnect this conduit off this wellhead, or will disconnect this conduit off this wellhead some way, and then pull the head. Alright, as of now, I've disconnected the power, got it pulled, straightened out. I've already broke the seal at the wellhead, so not meaning I broke anything that's going to impede me. It just means I just broke free the connection, and it's actually pretty I think it's going to be all right. I'm pulling up on this, so I think we're going to be able to get it up. It's going to be long-winded as a son of a bitch, but we'll get the stuff set up and I'll show you. We're going to try this roller at the wellhead to help ease the poly pipe up, and then hang this guy here from the tractor as just another pivot point, the way we don't kink the pipe. I hope it works. Got to figure out a spot where we're going to be able to make it where it's going to happen. I think it'll be all right. Okay, I've got my roller set up, my pivot point, and it's rolling. We're going to find out if I can get this out. We're about 230 feet down, and see if I can find a place to tie this sumbitch off with and come back to it. All right, I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so far so good. I've got quite a bit out. I'm still pulling. Here it goes. All right, as you see here, looks like I got about 100 feet out, right around almost to the ditch in the road where the culvert's at. I'll cut across there, probably wind up somewhere over near the berm of the other pond. All right, I'm already all the way between the road where the ditch runs underneath it. Not sure if I hit the pump yet. I did snag a couple of times. Gonna have to repair the well sensor. Got some wire showing, kind of got it wedged on the roller, but other than that, it was just two two little snags, and just to kind of break them free, and then most of the time it just rolled straight out with no problem. But I'm gonna go down here and see if we got that pump up here at the wellhead. All right, success. Looks like we got the pump at the head. Woo! Got a little rust around it. I'll pull this thing up out of here, and we're gonna see what we got going on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she's full of stuff, man. I got some stuff down in there, looks like. All right, that's 230 feet of poly pipe attached to a RPS 800 solar pump. So far been good. Not blaming this on the pump, blaming this on placement of the pump originally, and then getting an excessive amount of sand coming through the screens. All right, so I'm measuring where my my water starts, my head. I feel like I'm about 115. I got about 2.5 feet of pipe here. I'm hitting about 119. Yeah, so I'm seeing 119, 18, 17, maybe even about 117. All right, now I'm measuring the bottom right now, and at about flush at the bottom right here to the bottom of the well, I'm at about 264 now. I mean, it's showing 266 and 3 inches right here, but about right here I'm probably about 264, including I got about almost a foot of a weight. So I mean, we could even be about 263. So I'm lacking possibly about 15 to 20 feet. Maybe not quite 20 feet, but about 17 feet of the first pipe. That's a solid pipe down there. It's not a screen. So it's looking like both of my screens above are still clear, which is a good thing, but the bottom pipe is getting pretty full. Not going to flush it out yet. We're just going to go ahead and take about 20 feet, possibly 30 feet off the end of this pipe here after I measure it, and figure out where it's going to sit down in here, but it's going to definitely be above the screens this time and stuff. So yeah, I'm hitting right there. I feel it. Yeah. So even about 266, I guess right there I'm sitting straight up. 266, 265, 264. So really it's probably more like about 263 with the foot of that, the foot length of that weight, that shutter weight that I'm using to drop this down here. All right, about to put the pump back in. 25 feet shorter. We'll be right at about 200 feet. Well, I guess it was somewhere around there. It'll be about 200 feet down, pretty close. This is with the pump turned down to about 2 on the speed dial, 0 to 10. It looked like I was churning up a little too much, and
I turned it down while I was filling up this other trough. I was pulling water a little too hard, but man, it was coming out. It was filling up tanks. It already filled up that tank over there. Basically, I was about 500 shy coming out the top, 500 gallons shy of coming out the top. So the time I went to town and came back and ate a kolache, the thing was overflowing. So real quick, making up water, not lacking anything. I got the well switch for the low water cutoff set about 10 feet above the pump, so you know, and I'm about 85 feet down from my head, so got 85 feet ahead. Alright, so this one was pretty cloudy and I went ahead and dumped it, but this has been since I've turned the pump down. I turned the pump down from 10 to 2, and it was just churning up. I guess that water just way too much and just sucking on, man. It was drawing hard on that sucker, but cleared it out, dumped this one again, and just went ahead and refilled it. Man, it looks really nice. It's nice and clear. Got a sample. Gonna test it, check it out. It's got to be pretty damn clean on the minerals and stuff now.